Okay, today's on. Hey, little stars. I just tickled myself. Today's topic is right and wrong, good and bad. Well, guess what I just did? I've been talking for 2 or 3 minutes to a photo. I didn't even put it on video. My lesson, this was my lesson. Put it on video when you make a video. So what I was saying was my nephew, well, last week, remember the full moon video? We had the full super blue moon. And so I came outside, and it was dark, and there were clouds here and a lot of trees, so you didn't see a lot of the moon, but it was bright. But my video was black. I had a little dark, what do you call those, blackout. And what my lesson was, yes, I could take it down and lighten it up and put it back up. But then, all y'all's little views wouldn't be there. But my lesson was, remember I have a little round light to attach to my cell phone in the dark. That was my lesson to me. When I come out in the dark, remember, unless I have my face turned toward a light, remember to put my little circular light on. Was I bad? No. Was I wrong? No. I just taught me a lesson. Now, August, you all know August. You've seen him in our little playtimes, and I've talked about him. He started kindergarten, and his teacher sends, I believe it's weekly, maybe on Fridays, after the week. She has something, I'm just going to say it's a tag or a color. When I was y'all's age, we got, or younger than y'all, we got gold or silver stars. Gold if we were really good, and silver if we maybe didn't follow instructions or talked or something. Well, she sends home either blue, which is the high color, purple, or red. So, blue and red make purple. So they've been doing a lot of color stuff. He got purple this week. And he was spending the weekend with my sister, his grandmom. And he was so excited he got purple, which tells us there have been a few reds. And my sister was telling him, so what does it mean to get purple? He said, I did really good. She said, well, what does it mean to get red? He said, I did really bad. And the point I'm making here is, how can you ever do anything bad? When you were born, you were perfect. You are perfect. You were bright, new into this world. Your parents were so delighted and happy because you are perfect. God in you is perfect. How can you be anything else? Well, I remember I might have been in the 3rd grade. And when the teacher would leave class, this person, I can call all 3 of his names. I'm in the South. We all have a first, middle, and last name. And he would come up to the front of the class, and what I told my mother, he would do bad things. And as I've grown up, I realized, I went home one time, and Mother said, how was your day? And I said, blah, blah, blah was bad. And she said, well, what did he do? And I told her, and she said, well, he may not have anyone to love him. They may not have told him that they love him and that he's good. Or when he does good things, and it's neither good or bad, like I'm saying, but when he does something to please, to let him know, what a thoughtful action, or what a sweet thing to say, instead of, you're so bad, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. And she said, he may not have anyone to be kind to him. So always be kind. So that's what I did to everyone. That was my mother's words. That's what I did. I was kind. And years later, I was a teenager. We were at the picture show. It was a weekend. And he walked up to me. And I said, oh, my goodness. Because it'd been, 10 years since I'd seen him. And I asked how he was doing. And he said, I would just like to thank you. You were always so kind to me. And you made me feel like I had worth. That touches me even now. So when you're kind to other people, they may act out. They may be trying to get your attention. They're not being bad. Let's say someone kicks you or says something ugly to you. Maybe they're, think about it. They're not being bad or even mean. Maybe they desire your attention. Maybe they just desire confirmation that they really are good, that someone does like them, that they are worthy, that they do have worth. So that's often the case when someone acts out, says ugly things, or does something that may hurt your feelings. Just remember, it's not about you. It's all about them. So show them how they really do have worth. They really are important in this world. Another thing. So you could say, I'm aware I say a lot of so's. No more. Is it bad? No. I'm teaching myself a lesson. To begin a sentence, not with a conjunction, with something besides a conjunction. Okay, you've heard of Edison, Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb. Did you know he had 1,000 unsuccessful, I'm going to say, inventions? He could have said, and people may have said, he failed. With whatever experiment he was doing. Well, he failed again, and he failed again, 1,000 times. Were they failures? No. There were lessons of teaching him what didn't work that time. Oh, okay, so I'll try this. He was not a failure. He invented the light bulb. Well, there were a couple other people, but he's who gets put in the books. All right, has anyone ever heard of Babe Ruth? The greatest baseball player of all time? Guess what? He struck out 1,330-something times in his 20-year baseball career. Well, his teammates could have said, boo, he struck out. Babe Ruth was teaching himself how to be the best baseball player ever. And he wasn't competing against someone else. He was just making himself better. So, I said so. He was teaching himself. We are our teacher, and you've heard me say, we are our student. So be your best student. Teach yourself well. Another example. When I married, he had a 4.5-year-old son. And when we were having a family time one night, and I knew, I'd been in counseling and life coaching for a while, and I knew how children, adults even, will make something our fault when it isn't. And I thought, I know he thinks his mommy and daddy got a divorce because of something he did. So we were sitting around having fun, and I said, so-and-so, why did your mom and dad divorce? Do you know? And he said, yes. I was throwing my basketball against my bedroom wall, and I wasn't supposed to. He thought it was his fault. His parents got a divorce. So I sat and explained to him, no, that was an adult thing. That was between your mom and your dad. They love you. You didn't do anything wrong to cause the divorce. So what may have happened is he had been told, of course, that's a rule, you don't throw a ball against the wall. He had been told that, but he was doing it, and he probably heard his mom and dad argue or raise their voice or something, get in an argument, and when they divorced, that's what came to his mind. Oh, it's my fault. I was throwing the ball on the wall. So we make up stories. We tell ourselves why we aren't good or why we aren't important. It's not true. It's a perception of a story we tell ourselves. But it's not true. Because you are all perfect, pure, and beautiful. Because in your heart, you are all love. When anyone shows that they believe that they're not worthy or important, tell them they are. Even if they act ugly, tell them they are. Be the kiss to their heart to let them know they're loved and they're worthy of your love, your respect, and your kindness. I love you all. Take your lessons well. See you next week.